Hey there! Today, I'll finally be looking back at a resource management settlement builder called Kingdoms and Castles. I have played this game for over 40 hours and still enjoying it to the fullest. It's somehow relaxing even during invasions. In the background you will see a kingdom I started just to showcase a little bit of the game. Around the first 60 years. I played this quite a bit differently than I normally do. For example, I built walls as low as possible, while usually I never go below 3 floors. But I'm not that good at the game anyway, so you will probably be able to do much better than I'm doing here. I also got the game for free from somewhere back in 2017. It was in early access then and was already great. Kingdoms and Castles includes your basic important resources like wood and stone, but you need to also get the treasury for gold as fast as possible, because you will be attacked by various different enemies. To defend against them you need to recruit soldiers, or build archer and ballista towers that require the aforementioned gold. Of course the most important resource is food, because without it your citizens will starve, so definitely build a lot of farms, and also in case your farms aren't producing enough, definitely go for orchards. You need at least 1 orchard, because sometimes your farms might flood, which is not what you want. Some features that I really like include, for example, that your citizens can age. They will die of old age over time. It makes it feel like time is actually passing. And it also makes sure that you might not always have the most skilled people available for everything, making the game more dynamic in general. Your citizens can also fall ill or just get killed in accidents. I know these are grim features, but they keep the game more dynamic, because it is a settlement builder after all. When you start a new game, you can choose one of 2 game modes. Creative mode is for experimenting and just having fun doing whatever you want with unlimited everything. You can even spawn in Vikings at will. Standard mode is for when you want to play the game the way it was meant to be played, as the name implies. There you can choose a difficulty out of 3 available. Paxlon is the build mode. The in-game description says that in this mode you have long lovely summers and short and mild winters. This difficulty is meant to be for if you just want to build a settlement and not worry about the combat system. Second difficulty is called Summer. This is the easy mode where you have the same long summers and short winters, but you will also have to deal with enemies, including dragons, who will destroy parts of your town if you don't manage to deal with them. Third and last difficulty is Winter. This is hard mode. You will be raided a lot more, and you can also lose if your happiness goes below a certain threshold for too long. Personally, I probably won't play on Winter. I prefer Summer, because it shows me everything the game is about, while not overwhelming me with it. It would be cool to have a Summer type mode with easy enemies, while also having harsh winters. I think that could spice things up a bit more on the management side. Once you choose a difficulty, you can choose map settings. You have the generation seed, because maps are randomly generated. You also have different sizes, small, medium and large, or you can randomize between them. Initially when I started playing I chose large every time, but lately I have gone random and just adapt my playthrough as needed that way. I find that is more fun to do. You can also choose one of two map types, land and island. Land basically makes the world one massive continent, and island makes it into multiple smaller land masses. You can randomize that as well. The way I create my worlds is that I put both on random and then generate seeds 3 times in a row and go with whatever I got. Sometimes I also generate them more than 3 times in a row. Just choose a number, go through that amount of generations and play the land you got. It's fun. Last part of the world's generation is your kingdom itself. You can choose one of 4 banners or add your own banner into the game. You can of course also name your kingdom. Once this is done, you can start the game by building your main castle somewhere. That will be your main island. Any other islands on the map will need you to get by building an outpost on them. Once you get an outpost on another island, you basically have multiple settlements to manage, making the game more complicated but also even more interesting. On the main island, if you had any caves near your main castle, those will stay empty forever. However, elsewhere on the map, these caves will become wolf dens that you have to then clear out with soldiers later on if you want to build near them, because they will attack your people if they get too close. You can also clear them out using archer and ballista towers, but I don't know if that was intended. I discovered that by accident. Kingdoms and Castles has a really nice art style. It's pleasant to look at, it's clean, it's pretty. I really like watching my citizens go about their business. It's one of the reasons I also never use the fast forward features and just play on regular speed at all times. Recently the developers added a quality of life feature that allows you to mark multiple forest squares for chopping. Whenever you do that, you just see a big army of people running towards the forest. It's great. All in all, I really recommend this game. It is the usual settlement builder gameplay loop with resources that you need more and more of as time goes by, but it does it well, and it's also simpler than some other games I've played in this genre. They are planning to add rival AI kingdoms that you can compete against in the future. I hope that those will be optional, but the feature sounds interesting. There is enough content here that you should be able to have fun for over 100 hours easily. I think that's all I can really say about the game. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.